So I'm not going to talk for very long because I think we all know why red poppies make us quite uncomfortable and the kind of the influence of imperialism on this day. But I think it's important to note that the official hashtag for this Remembrance Day is Rethinking Remembrance, which is exactly what we're doing. We're thinking about other sort of casualties of war who did not consent to go and fight, who are lives destroyed by horrible militarisation of borders and so on. So that's our focus. We're remembering those who usually get forgotten. So it's probably enough from me. Can we welcome Gruda from the All African Women's Group? Would you like to come and have your say?
Yeah.
I am from All African Women Group, which was formed in 2003, and is a self-help group of women asylum seekers and women who have won their rights to stay. We are based at Crossroad Women's Center in Kentish Town. We are women from many different countries, not only Africa, but Albania, Iran, India, Pakistan, Turkey, and many others. We are part of the growing movement that is speaking out against these injustices. We are support each as victim of rape, torture, domestic violence, and the survivors who fled persecution and war. Our group is growing. For our mothers, many of us are lesbian, and other third of us have been detained in Azwood. We are to be here remembering our sisters and brothers who died as a result of war, famines and other man-made ecological disaster, and who have every right to come to Western countries for safety and protection. Our heart to go out to those suffering in appalling condition in refuge camps and being harmed by governments and arms behind barbed wire fences. People are fleeing from countries where Western governments have waged war, armed dictators, and rebel for their profit, and the profit of multinational corporations. The UK go rich from colonialism. 70 trillion was stolen from Africa, and this theft of wealth, it is most precious resources. People are continuing to this day reaching the richest at the expense of all of us and fueling the destruction of life in this planet. I pray that this movement will continue to grow from strength to strength in bringing love and compassion to women like me who have suffered enough, and what we can win together by fighting together no matter where we are from. Thank you so much.
Annie from Help Refugees is going to talk next.
Hello, I'm Annie. I work for a charity called Help Refugees. We are a humanitarian charity that was created in response to many governments and major NGOs' inaction in the refugee crisis in 2015. However, what we aim to do is not just provide emergency humanitarian aid to the thousands and thousands of homeless refugees in Europe. We are also trying to take governments to account and hold them accountable for their inaction and very violent actions against refugees to hopefully change legislation and policy so that we can actually make ourselves obsolete. In Calais at the moment, where I have been working for around 2 years now, even though the jungle was actually dismantled last year, where up to 10,000 people lived at any one time, there are still 700 or 800 refugees homeless in Calais, hundreds more in Dunkirk, mainly families, over 1,000 homeless refugees in Paris, and many, many others in other small camps. In Calais at the moment, that is a perfect example of what you call the militarization of our border. Unfortunately, many people have died trying to reach safety in the UK. And unfortunately, one of the last deaths last year was actually not even reported. It was a 13-year-old boy who actually had a legal right to be in the UK and was denied that right. Since then, others have died as well, and unfortunately we don't even know the numbers who have died at our border. I think what it is important to remember is that the same people who are abandoning refugees at our border, who are abandoning children at our border, are the same people who are denying fundamental human rights to people of colour in the UK, to the LGBT community in the UK, to the working class and all women here on our land. They are the same people, and unless we all together speak up about it, they will continue to do that.
Thank you. Okay, our next speaker.
Know where you are? Right.
If you'd be able to come down.
You're on the steps of the military defence, and is that deliberate? Right.
It's really hard to find the words actually to talk about how people have died trying to reach safely on our shores.
You've got any plans to do it before the
we know that at this time of year, a lot of the military dead, but we also know that 80 to 90%.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Women of Color in the Global Women's Strike, and we are so delighted that you all had the, it's such creative thinking to have an event like this, because we want to remember all the refugees who thousands and thousands have died crossing the Mediterranean and in the desert, but we know many more are not even counted as missing. And also we want to remember all of those. There's something like 22 million refugees worldwide. Many of those are mothers and children. Many are nowhere near Europe or the UK. They are in places like Kenya, Uganda. They're the Rohingya people. Something like 1 million people, Rohingya people, have had to flee. So we are remembering all those people as well, the people who survived, and also the ones left behind. The Palestinian people have been driven from their own land and are refugees in their own country because of an apartheid state and a military state. In Haiti, people have had to flee U.S. coups and intervention and violence and rape by UN occupying forces. So we're remembering all those people as well. As well as remembering those who perished, we remember those who are living and fighting on. Two more quick points. I just wanted to mention a way that we're coming together. Last year for International Women's Day, 50 countries took action against Trump, against his wall, against his wars. There was a collective statement that was discussed internationally. It included support for refugees and asylum seekers. It included black and immigrant people. It included Muslim people. It included refusing racist walls everywhere, warmongering, military spending. And we hope that this March there can be another action of that kind, because we have got to get together. We're demanding, as women, we're demanding a feminism of the 99% for caring work, for sex workers, for domestic workers, for LGBT people, for all of us together to come up. Either we organize at the grassroots together with different sectors, or we all sink together. So we're all in the same boat. Let's keep fighting. Thank you again for this event.
I'm Ariane from Queer Strike. We are a grassroots multiracial group of lesbian, bi, trans and queer women. And we are part of the Global Women's Strike. And quite a few are immigrant women, and some of our group are asylum seekers, some of whom have been detained in Yardswood and got very close to being deported. And we supported the campaign of our members to be able to stay here, for example, with support letters and getting the word out, particularly among the LGBTQ people and groups, and trying to get media for them. We generally campaign for the right of LGBTQ asylum seekers to find safety here, and also to call out on the Home Office who says they're gay friendly but then knowingly deport LGBTQ asylum seekers to their death. And some of our members, asylum seeker members, most of them from Uganda, actually want the right to stay here.